In total, Megan claimed the physical abuse lasted 40 minutes.
40 minutes beating somebody up, 40 minutes, bro. She was not fighting back. She was not, like, let's be honest, she was not fighting back at all. She was about to get beat after, bro. At this point, she was a punch dummy. A punch dummy. That's crazy word. Hey, bro. I don't know what he was thinking, but hey, bro wanted to go to jail. It's like, bro, you can't be assaulting. Like, we're gonna be reacting to Wes Watson crash out, and the police reports is shocking. Let's see what happens.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090J, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Wes Watson crashing out, and it's bad. We're gonna break down the paperwork that was released, and honestly, it's worse than what you think. Wes Watson is a convict who needs little to no introduction, as he's made sure everyone from coast to coast knows his name. From doing time in California State Prison to balling with the richest in Miami, Wes has left an imprint everywhere he's stepped, but many would argue the type of impact he's made. Originally, he was the epitome of having his shit together. Rising from captivity, the darkest place one can be held, Wes would quickly grab the masses' attention with his fierce approach to motivation. He'd monetize fitness and coaching. This fierce approach to motivation. He'd monetize.
I do remember seeing his Instagram before. Like, he'd be talking about, like, as long as you got your habits in check, everything will come together. There's nothing bad to wake up early, get your workout in, do what must be done, either you feel like it or not. And I think that's a good message, and super inspiring.
Fitness and coaching, becoming the quote-unquote alpha male, while capitalizing on his story of being a leader of the whites inside of prison. The money came fast, friends came faster, and Wes would fall down the hole of fake love, partying, and women, otherwise known as Miami. His concrete character appeared to be breaking fast as he began losing significant weight. Prioritizing a relationship turned into multiple women a night, happy to be enjoying his wealth, and a closer look at his behaviors would reveal a struggle with addiction. The man who motivated the masses was crumbling before our eyes, and sadly, when you're the one everyone looks up to, you have no one to hold you up. Even worse, Wes grew one of the fastest hate trains of people who wanted nothing more than to see him fall. And now, they've gotten exactly what they wanted.
Details tonight on the arrest of fitness influencer Wesley Watson. Watson now behind bars on domestic violence charges against at least one woman.
Police say he wouldn't let the victim leave the home after all of this took place. Now he remains in jail tonight, saddled with a $115,000 bond.
We're here on 5 counts for Mr. Watson.
Watson was in bond court on Thursday facing several charges, where the state laid out even more details about what happened early Sunday morning.
He had his own personal employees threaten her. He had his own personal employees oversee her to see what she was doing on the phone, Your Honor. I think there's even made reference to the victim that she effectively felt that she was being held hostage. This is not the first or second time that violence has been alleged against Mr. Watson.
Weeks ago, 42-year-old Wes would propose to his 28-year-old girlfriend Megan while still technically being married to his ex Valerie, who lives back in his hometown of San Diego. Megan would happily accept his proposal, and then everything came crashing down. On March 15th,
Marriage is a big thing. Would I do it? I'm not really sure. I don't see myself right now at this point in my life, but it's the biggest decision you're going to take in your life. So you got to pick wisely.
2026, Megan would provide a sworn recorded tape statement to detectives. She'd state she'd been in a romantic relationship with Wes since January, and after 2 months, he proposed, asking her to move in with him.
2 months. And you're proposing? But that's crazy work. Crazy work. There's no way I'm proposing to somebody, and I know them for 2 months. 2. And you're telling me she's like the person you want to be with the rest of your life? I think it's cap. But hey, each to their own.
On Saturday, March 14th, Megan attended a Miami Heat basketball game with a female friend. After the game, Wes picked her up from her friend's house, driving her home to his. At this point, it was 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Arriving home, Wes was sent a screenshot of Megan at the Heat game. He confronted her about where she'd been, as she never told him she went to the game with her friend. Megan told detectives Wes began yelling, stating he paid for her boob job, that she was disrespectful for dressing revealing, and that her body belongs to him because he paid for it. He'd then
Yeah, you might pay for it, but it's like, bro, you don't have control on what other people do. But what you do have control is what you do. So you could want them to not do things behind your back, but people gonna do what they're gonna do. The best way is just control what you do, and you don't the only control you got is yourself and yourself only. So you gotta see who gonna respect your word, and if they can't, they gotta go.
accuse her of cheating. He'd freak out, grabbing her by the neck, stating, "You stupid little bitch, that's where you were?" She couldn't remember if he grabbed her with one or two hands, but she was left with bruises to each side. He began to rattle and shake her by grabbing both of her arms forcefully. He'd push, grab her by the hair, and slam her to the floor. Dragging her by her hair before pinning her to the kitchen table, he'd grab at her face, causing a scratch to her right cheek. He began yelling, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your whole family." Megan told detectives he pushed her once more to the floor before picking her up and forcefully against her will, sitting her in a chair. During
Hey, bro, I don't know what he was thinking, but hey, bro wanted to go to jail. It's like, bro, you can't be assaulting. Like he said it himself, like as long you could do anything as long as you are okay with the repercussions. If you're not okay to the repercussions, don't do it. I'm a citizen. I'm a U.S. citizen. I don't do nothing violent. I'm a citizen. I'm just chilling, enjoy my day peacefully. You know, no fighting, no danger. We, as a human species, we have evolved and grown, and we're smarter now, so we don't have to kill each other for food or place to stay. That's why we have money to have a place to stay, food, enjoyment.
she'd yell, "Help me, get him off me," to the three other male witnesses inside of the home, but none of them stepped in.
Because they get paid by who? By him. They get paid by him. Yeah, basically.
Detectives would note Megan is 5'1", weighing approximately 125 pounds, while Wes stands 6'1", 245 pounds.
And right there, that's not a good look at all. That is not a good look. It's like a grown man fighting against to a kid, a size to a kid. 5'1", bro.
At this point, Wes would grab her by her hair, slamming her head into the table, immediately cutting her forehead, which began bleeding profusely. Megan described being in a state of shock, believing she momentarily blacked out and lost consciousness. It was then he stopped beating her, snatching her phone out of her hands. While holding a dinner plate, he threatened to break it on her head, told her he'd grab a bottle and slash it across her face, then kick her face in. He'd tell her to drink, 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 while forcefully pouring alcohol down her throat. At this point, he'd instruct his live-in assistant to clean her up. She doesn't stop bleeding. The assistant would clean her cut before gluing it shut himself. Wes would give his other friend her cell phone, having him look through her messages, photos, and social media to make sure she wasn't cheating. The friend began instigating Wes and his abuse towards Megan. The third witness, Wes's security, told Megan to take accountability for her actions of wearing revealing clothing. Wes didn't allow her to use her cell phone or call anyone. He forced her to tell her cousin she got the scratch on her face from derma peeling, and he told her if police arrived, she needs to tell them she slipped on the rug. Megan told police she was held hostage as he wouldn't let her leave. He feared she'd contact police, and due to him being out on bond for the gym beatdown, Wes couldn't allow it. She'd continue on telling detectives she eventually fell asleep. Waking up, she again tried to leave, but he wouldn't let her, telling her he couldn't allow it because her face was messed up, that she'd have to stay until her face was healed. He'd go as far as saying if she went home, her parents would call the police on him, and he can't go to jail. He'd say, "If I go to jail, something bad is going to happen to you, all your friends, and your family." He'd threatened to have girls jump her, ruin her reputation, and instructed his security to stand by the door to make sure she doesn't run. She was only given her phone to respond to messages as Wes's minion monitored her. At one point, she stealthily took possession of her phone while Wes was getting dressed. He then approached her as she sat in a chair saying, "If you want to keep your family safe, don't call the police," before lifting the chair and dropping her to the floor. In total, Megan claimed the physical abuse lasted 40 minutes.
40 minutes beating somebody up, 40 minutes, bro. She was not fighting back. She was not, like, let's be honest, she was not fighting back at all. She was supposed to get beat after, bro. At this point, she was a punch dummy. A punch dummy. That's crazy word. Like, he was just, the only way, like, just imagining, like, fighting somebody and they're not even fighting back for 40 minutes, bro. That's crazy word. Maybe my fight, like, if you're in a, like, if your life is in danger and you need to fight, you punch somebody, you punch them for 30 seconds, a minute. That's kind of like, okay, we get it. You know, you gotta fight no more. Your life is not in danger no more. You know, they got the signal now. But 40 minutes, and they're not fighting back. That's abuse. Come on.
Told detective
40 minutes beating somebody up, 40 minutes, bro. She was not fighting back. She was not, like, let's be honest, she was not fighting back at all. She was supposed to get beat after, bro. At this point, she was a punch dummy. A punch dummy. That's crazy word. Like, he was just, the only way, like, just imagining, like, fighting somebody and they're not even fighting back for 40 minutes, bro. That's crazy word. Maybe my fight, like, if you're in a, like, if your life is in danger and you need to fight, you punch somebody, you punch them for 30 seconds, a minute. That's kind of like, okay, we get it. You know, you gotta fight no more. Your life is not in danger no more. You know, they got the signal now. But 40 minutes, and they're not fighting back. That's abuse. Come on.
told detectives she was scared and afraid of Wes, that she believed he was capable of killing her and himself, as he said he would. She'd also state he has firearms in the home, but was unsure of how many. Detectives would examine and document Megan's wounds as they observed a cut to her forehead, scratch to her right cheek, bruises on both sides of her neck, knee, shin, calf, a knot on her head, a red bruise on the back of her neck, multiple bruises throughout her back, shoulders, and chest. Detectives believed it was evident Wes Watson struck his fiancée against her will, causing several injuries and causing her to lose consciousness by striking her head off a table. He imprisoned her by threat and violence, confining her to his mansion without letting her leave. He threatened to hurt her with a plate after already committing battery against her and deprived her of her phone, preventing her from communicating with law enforcement. Baller Busters would post on Instagram a video of Wes being arrested after approximately 9 police vehicles showed up to his home. His mugshot would of course go viral along with his list of charges. Robbery by sudden snatching, felony battery, aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony, tampering, hindering, or delaying communication with law enforcement, and false imprisonment. 4 of the 5 charges being third-degree felonies, punishable by up to 5 years in prison each, while hindering someone's ability to contact law enforcement is a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison by itself. In total, Wes is facing up to 35 years in Florida State Prison. He'd be granted a bond, with many expecting his release, but the Miami courts would revoke his old bond for the Miami gym incident. Wes faces up to 20 years in prison just for that case, and because of this new case, he's been deemed a threat to the community. Facing a total of 55 years in state prison, this may very well be the downfall of Wes Watson. A fast-rising prison success story turned into another crash-out case after Wes fell victim to the same vices he once swore against. Now I'm gonna say this, and I genuinely mean this. I don't respect anything in that arrest report. I don't respect putting hands on women. I don't respect beating women. I don't respect the insecurity of she must be cheating, so I need to do this. I don't respect the 3 men that were present in that situation that refused to stop him. I don't respect any of that. The thing is, I've supported Wes Watson. I've supported any man that steps out of prison and turns the darkest moment in his life into something. So while everybody wanted to hate him for whatever reason, people claim the darkest moment in his life into something. because that's exactly what I did. So while everybody wanted to hate him for whatever reason, people claiming he's 5'8", people claiming he's this, claiming he's that, he's soft, he's not real, he's whatever. It's all the same shit I deal with. I'm 6'1". People say I'm not 6'1". That shows an insecurity in them. I'm a convicted felon. I left prison and became something. And I didn't have a hate train until after I blew up, got money, started looking different, and people could no longer relate. It's the same thing in Wes's situation. He didn't have all of Wes Watson. I've supported any man that steps out of prison and turns the darkest moment in his life into something, because that's exactly what I did. So while everybody wanted to hate him for whatever reason, people claiming he's 5'8", people claiming he's this, claiming he's that, he's soft, he's not real, he's whatever. It's all the same shit I deal with. I'm 6'1". People say I'm not 6'1". That shows an insecurity in them. I'm a convicted felon. I left prison and became something. And I didn't have a hate train until after I blew up, got money, started looking different, and people could no longer relate. It's the same thing in Wes's situation. He didn't have all of this hate until he became crazy successful, and he maintained a fuck you attitude, which is what drew so much appeal to him in the first place. A lot of men wanted to be like that. A lot. But the thing is this, even listening to his prison stories, Wes has always had a drug addiction, drug problems. And there's been screenshots and all types of things posted or Reddit of him with residue and itching his nose, and all of the signs are there. He gave up the same fundamentals he once preached and fell victim to the same vices he swore against. And if he has any actual fans or supporters out there, it's hard to support someone or be there for someone when they do something like this.
Using substances just like doesn't make sense to me. The only way people use them is probably that they have, they want to either get away and forget about their situation. Obvious, like drugs is not good. Like we all know that. People who do them, they know the consequences. They chose it. They do it. They like the dopamine from it. It's very rewarding, and then you keep doing it until the next thing you know, you're in this trap of like, you need more, you need more, you need more. And it's like, it's not really good. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Your life is gonna be that. But now if you're doing this, a little bit of that, it's gonna give you a different destination. Either you like it or not. He's the only one who knows why he does it. Maybe for enjoyment. That's his choice. Everybody has their own choice, but I think it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Even if you're the master, if you don't follow what you do, if you don't follow what you say, you're gonna fall in the same trap that you said back, the same trap that everybody falls in.
And everyone knows an addict currently fighting addiction is not the same person when they're sober. I remember watching one of Wes's videos back in the day, and he was talking about the white racist inside of prison and how that wasn't him. He just naturally had to align with his race. They were hateful. And I remember in the video, he showed a tattoo of Jesus, and he was like, I got Jesus tattooed on me, motherfucker, the king of the Jews. I hope that the time he spends in there, he's able to reflect on what happened. I hope that he's granted the ability to make it right. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a punishment, but I hope that he's able to make things right with himself. He's able to overcome his addiction, and he's able to get right with God. Because if he follows those footsteps, if he follows that blueprint, the 12 steps, and he actually pays attention to the same one he has tattooed on him, he won't fall victim to these vices. He'll get out of the clubs and get out of the fake world that is Miami, where once you have money, everyone becomes your friend. All of the women are there. Everything is there. But in the end, when you're sitting in that cell, no one is there. No one is there for you. I will only offer my support if he's able to make this right. Because to be completely honest, even if I get hate for this, I've been in prison, bro. Nobody's pushing the line for somebody doing domestic violence. Nobody's gonna do nothing for him. That only exists on social media and cancel culture. In all actuality, people have done far worse to people. And I'm not giving him an excuse. I don't respect anything about it. I believe something should be done about it. I believe somebody should have stepped in. But if he's able to make it right, there's a quote, and I don't believe I know it exactly, you know, word for word, but it's something along the lines of, let he who has never sinned cast the first stone. Nobody watching this video has never done something. Nobody watching this video is sin-free. And if he makes things all the way right, I can respect that, but I'll never respect this. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.